Hey, how's it going? Thanks so much for checking out this video. My name is Ray, there's one of me, and I hope you like the new format I'm using to demo the Eastwood Guitars Norma. Like most guitar players, I have watched a zillion guitar demos over the years, and very few, if any of them, ever really show the guitar being played in a live setting. So that's what I wanted to do in this video. All of the demo examples were recorded recently at one of my shows near Pittsburgh, and I actually was able to capture clean audio, so you'll be able to hear the Norma in the mix of my live looping rig, and also isolated. Now, I didn't use every single crazy pickup combination on this guitar, but I did use quite a few. So in the lower third, I will tell you what pickup combination I'm using. If you start at the bridge with pickup 1, and then 2, 3, and then 4 being by the neck, I'll show you what pickups I used. Real quick too, I know you want to hear this thing in action, but the Norma is based on the 1968 Japanese Norma that, obviously never became super famous, but has over the years developed a cult following. And Eastwood has brought the Norma back from the depths better than ever with their own take on it, which I think they did a great job. But please stick around to the end where I give you all my thoughts on the Norma and Eastwood and everything like that. And I know you want to hear this thing in action, but real quick, I want to go over the signal chain I use to make this video. So of course I played the Eastwood Norma. That went through my wireless into my Digitech Strum is what I use to record all my drum sounds and then loop them back. That's going into just a cheap Stritch tuner I got from the TikTok shop a while back. And then the RC600 by Boss, not only did I use that to record all my rhythm guitar to play solos over and play back, I also used it as an interface to capture everything, microphone, guitar, loop, drums, everything goes through the RC600. That's going into my laptop, which is running Reaper as my DAW. And I did as little processing or anything like that. I just added a little bit of reverb and I kind of did like a high pass filter. But other than that, I really didn't do anything to the mix of the guitar especially. So you can kind of hear basically how it sounded in the room. Without further ado, guys, let's get into it. The Eastwood Norma. Check it out.
I want to sing down deeper. It doesn't matter what we did in the past, it's what we did that night. And I'm sorry that it had to come to this. Wish we could have worked things out. Girl, your love is the color of the sunset, and your eyes as blue as the sky. Stepping guitar closer to the bridge, and I turned up my music just a smidge. Yes, said in there, I might be a country convict. For so long now there's been this chip on my shoulder, but I'm like a hammer that can crack the biggest boulder.
Again, I hope you guys like the new format for the demo. I hope you like seeing this thing in a live setting, and it kind of gives you more of an idea what to expect. Just like any guitar or gear demo you see though, you really have to like kind of get your hands on the gear and the guitars and play with them for yourselves to see if you like the neck profile. Do you like the sound? Is it really your vibe? What's funny about the Eastwood Norma was I actually got into watching Eastwood's videos. Freddie does all their videos on their channel. Amazing player, definitely check them out. Also, RJ Ronquillo, I watch all his videos, and they have a guy named Mike now that is making videos for them. So amazing players. I will definitely shout them out. Check out their videos and their content. I'll put it in the description of this video. Definitely worth a watch. And that's really what got me into even being hip to Eastwood, and that they do tributes and remakes and reissues of long forgotten, well, not maybe forgotten. Like again, a lot of these guitars have a cult following, but Eastwood has brought them back. A good example would be like, imagine like there's a TikTok shop guitar now that really isn't that good of a guitar construction wise. You know what I mean? Like it's got a lot of issues. The electronics are kind of poor. The craftsmanship was kind of poor, but maybe there was still something about that TikTok shop guitar. Maybe it was the body shape, or maybe it was like the pickup configuration. It's like, a great example is I did like the flame guitar from TikTok shop a while back. And if you guys watch that video, maybe I'll link it down below. I was very frustrated because I thought it was a really rad looking guitar, but it was a very cheaply made guitar from the TikTok shop that really didn't work all that well. It even had like push poles to do the pickups from humbucker to like a coil tap. And I'm like, so imagine like Eastwood, say that guitar was to go into like public domain and it's kind of fair game. Eastwood is the kind of company that could take something like that flame-shaped guitar and build it to really modern, amazing, proper specs, where like the neck profile is perfect, the intonation's perfect, the pickups work amazing and sound amazing, and all the coil taps and stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like they could take a guitar that was once like the Normas, were kind of almost like a Sears catalog kind of guitar back in the day. That was kind of the TikTok shop guitar of the time. And so even though the original 1968 Japanese Norma had a lot of weird issues to it, and a lot of the guitars that Eastwood pays tribute to had issues to them, the new ones are made perfectly. I mean, honestly, guys, this guitar, if you saw my unboxing, out of the box, the setup was awesome. The action was super low. The neck was maybe a little too straight for me. I play kind of heavy, so I did let a little of the relief out of the neck, just a little tiny bit. The intonation, honestly, was pretty bang on too. I maybe had to adjust it just ever so slightly, and that could even happen during shipping. But everything worked out great. The tuning pegs work really nice. It's funny, in my unboxing video, I tried to put in the whammy bar, and you have to actually kind of like push it in, and I just didn't shove it in enough. Anyway, sorry. So that was on me. So like in the video, it's like dangling, but like it, as you can see, it holds into place. You just got to push it in, and then it stays in place. So yeah, honestly, everything works great. I love the pickups. Now they are single coil pickup, and they're very unique, kind of vintagey. They don't sound like, Strat or Tele single coils. And that's really what I wanted. What's funny about this guitar too, is right after I did that unboxing video, I sat and played this guitar for hours. And my wife even comes in and she's like, are you like switching genres or something? And I'm like, honestly, with this guitar, you really could. And what's funny is, like, I have to be honest, like when I first got this guitar, I was actually almost a little bit frustrated by it. And it's funny because here's the thing, like the irony is I got really into Eastwood and I got really into what they were doing because they do something very different and very unique and just totally a 180 from what I'm usually into. And then I get the guitar and I'm like, this thing sounds so different, and it's too different. And I'm like, what did you want, man? You wanted something out of left field. This is completely weird and foreign to you. And that's exactly what it was. So it kind of took me a second to kind of figure this thing out and figure out how I'm going to use it applied to what I play. You know what I mean? So like, where's my sound with this thing? So after, some soul searching with the guitar, I really did start to find my sound. With all of this, if you can't find a tone you like, that's on you, man, because there's just so much, between every pickup being an on and off, and you have the rhythm and solo. Every pickup has its own volume control. And this unique volume or tone control is really kind of interesting. It's almost more of like used for effect than it is for a traditional tone control. Now, the only thing I would say to Eastwood, and I might even reach out to them, because let me tell you something, Eastwood has been so cool to work with. Full disclosure, I did reach out to Eastwood and I filled out their artist form and submitted that. And I'm very happy to say they got back to me and they did offer me the artist discount. So I got this guitar, not for free, but I got it at the artist discount direct from Eastwood. And actually, you can, that's how you buy Eastwood guitars, is direct from their website anyway. They ship directly from Nashville anywhere. Free shipping in the United States, which is really cool. But I did get this at a discount. But still, even though I'm working with these guys and I get a bit of a discount, the one thing I would tell them, maybe email them and tell them, I really do wish that the the volume pots, I really do wish that the volume pots had treble bleeds. The one thing I have to say, because they are vintagey single coils, especially, even with the, I think these are 500K pots. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But when you turn the volume down to go from like a dirty sound and you turn down to get to a clean tone, you're going to lose most of your high end, probably even by like 8 or 9. Like I swear, like maybe about 7 or 8. You hear the high end just goes whoop, and it's like it just gets sucked up by the pot, and you lose your high end as you turn it down. I had the same thing with my Gretsch. I had that Gretsch, and that's made by Fender. You know what I mean? So the Gretsch had the same issue, is that when I would turn it down, I would lose all my high end. And it's funny because, of course, the Gretsch I had a couple years later, they came out where the Gretsch had treble bleeds, right? They had fixed that. So honestly, I honestly think that, the Eastwood could reissue the Norma and put in treble bleeds, and then every single volume pot has a treble bleed. Even if you're like a pedal guy who uses different gain stages, I'm the kind of guy that I plug this into a tube amp cranked up, and I use the volume to go from dirty to clean, right? If you go from 10, if you go all the way down to like 1 or so, it really cleans up your sound. But you want to keep that high end. You don't want to lose your treble. You don't want it to become muddy and kind of, bassy and boomy as you go down to a clean tone. So you don't want the sound super dead. So if they were to put treble bleeds in all these volume pots, that would make this guitar from like a 9 out of 10 to like a 20 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? So actually, I think that's something my friend Paul and I are going to do. I'm pretty sure I'm going to open this up and I'm going to put on some capacitors or something, and I'm going to make my own treble bleeds. And so stay tuned, because I'll probably do a video where I do the treble bleeds, and then you can hear this thing, the way I would mod it. That's really the only mod I'd do, as I'd put in the treble bleeds. At first, I did think about replacing this tone control with something more traditional, because this really is like, you have a kind of high, middle, and low, and I almost kind of wish there was those subtle middle like settings between. But honestly though, if I was to remove this and this rhythm and solo control, like if you go to the solo, I actually most of the night for the distortion and overdrive, I kept it on solo, and then for clean, I kept it on rhythm. It really does something to the high end. In a good way though. It doesn't like suck your high end out. It actually takes it from like on this distortion. I thought it was a real ice picky on the rhythm. So I put it on solo and it took away that ice picky sound, and it sounded a lot more smooth for the overdrive and distortion sounds. I wouldn't want to remove those circuits though. This quirky tone control and this quirky rhythm solo control, that's what makes this thing, other than the 4 pickups, right? You would lose the entire character of the guitar if I modded that. If I took away this tone control and the rhythm and solo circuit, if I took that away, you're kind of killing the spirit of this guitar. You want that weird quirkiness. And actually, if you saw my song Sulphur, Indiana in this video, I think I put it like in the middle control, and it really made this like cool, like honky, nasally, like cocked wah, kind of Brad Whitford was the album Rocks. Nobody's Fault. If you listen to Nobody's Fault by Aerosmith, Brad Whitford had like a kind of a cocked wah, and it really reminds me of that tone from the Aerosmith album Rocks. And so, that just nails that. And that's a tone that I haven't really been able to get on any other guitar, which is so cool. I love that I'm kind of sans pedals now. So if you notice, I'm kind of compensating for not having all the pedals by tons of pickups and weird tone controls and weird rhythm solo circuits. I kind of want everything here on the guitar, so then I can run around with the crowd and have fun and go on a wireless, and I have the control of the tone here and not on the floor, if that makes sense. It's bad enough I have to do my loops and my strum. If I had a band, I would be guitar straight into an amp, and then I can control all my sound from here. So yeah, other than the treble bleeds, honestly. Oh, the other thing I would do, and I do have to say, and I want to point this out, the trem system's great. It's better than my Jazzmaster. I had a freaking Fender Jazzmaster, guys. All right, I hope Eastwood hears this. And this is such a better version of the Jazzmaster trem system than the Fender. I'm not just saying that to pile on Fender. For one thing, my whammy bar didn't lock in like this one does, and it did fall out. I literally was playing a gig. I remember Freddie did a video where they were joking around about you don't have to worry about an Eastwood Guitars whammy bar flying off and hitting somebody in the face. No joke, I was playing my Jazzmaster at a gig and I was jumping around the stage, kind of doing a solo, and my Jazz Masters whammy bar flew out and hit my friend in the face. Or not in the face, but hit his table. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, so like, literally the thing it said, so you don't have to worry about that with an Eastwood, man. This thing locks into place nice. But I will put in some of that, there's like a lubricant you can get for the string saddles and for the nut. And, you know, you can kind of, I hate to say it sounds sexual, but to lube it up, that way it doesn't catch it all. So it would just make using the trem and using the whammy bar and the vibrato, it would make that a little smoother and it wouldn't go out of tune. It doesn't really go out of tune that bad with the trem as it is, but using that, you're not going to need like a locking system or locking tuners. Putting in the lube will kind of keep everything in tune, and then you can kind of wail on this all night and your guitar won't go out of tune. And the other thing I did too, this is just me, I put like kind of a piece of gaffer's tape here to kind of mute this part. Now that's kind of up to player's choice. Like whenever I would play, like especially like an open G chord and I would mute, these strings would, especially the G and a D, would kind of ring out, and you get that, whoo, you get that kind of ring, even when you're muted. Now, like you could lean into that, kind of like Billy, what's his name, from Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan, like, you know, the song Mayonnaise. Like they have those things where like they had to kind of do a rest, and you have that kind of almost feedbacky sound. This would definitely do that. But for me, I want it to be real clean. When I say clean, I mean like there's no artifacting and there's no weird things. So I put a piece of tape here to mute these strings. So like when I mute, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing I don't want. You know what I'm saying? The other thing too is these are single coils. So you're going to get that 60 cycle hum. And you know what? That is how a single coil is supposed to be. People get so hung up on 60 cycle hum on single coils, and I'm not just trying to like be an apologist for that, but if you're going to get a single coil guitar, that's just the nature of things. There are things you can do, like, you know, you can do some, you know, where you can put in like the, what is it called? The shielding and stuff inside. You can definitely do that. You can look into like power conditioners and stuff to have more like clean power, because a lot of clubs and venues will have dirty power totally. There's ways to get around it. You can get like a noise gate. But honestly, man, if you hear a little bit of that 60 cycle hum, that just means the guitar is alive and breathing and ready to be rocked. That's what I'm saying. So, all right, guys, as always, I get talking, I start rambling. This is probably the part you guys click off of. But hey, if you guys are liking these videos, I definitely want to work with Eastwood more. Spoiler, I love these guys, you know, not even just because they gave me an artist discount. I've wanted to work with these guys well before. I even looked into buying some used Eastwoods, but I was actually able to do the deal with them, so that's really cool. I've even thought about selling some of my old guitars and kind of doing the Eastwood thing, man. I just love it, man. Check them out, Eastwood Guitars. They're a lot of fun. If you're looking for something that's not a freaking Gibson, Fender, or Paul Reed Smith, this is the way to go, man. I'll tell you what. But don't steal all my ideas now. But yeah, definitely, YouTube has definitely changed the way things are going right now. So I don't usually try to push this so much, but please like subscribe, ring the bell, share, please share the video with people. My reach has gone so far down. It's a long story. It's a YouTube thing. They're changing everything. I know people who used to get millions of views that are getting way less views now because of all the changes going on with YouTube as of 2026. So yeah, definitely help me out. Share the video, comment, you know, like, subscribe, all those things. Check out my links. I have links to my original music. Everything you heard was original music. It was either written by me or by my friend Paul Tunis and I. Also, I have a Patreon, which I really need to start being more active on Patreon. But I have some cool like tiers on Patreon, patreon.com/OneRayMusic. I think that's it, man. Guys, thank you so very much. Yeah, this is going to be a beast to edit, but I hope it's worth it. And I hope you guys enjoy it. So definitely, man, it means everything that you watch these, and never stop jamming. All right, take care. Bye.